Hi everybody, this is Beth McCullough. I'm an independent demonstrator in the United States. I'm here every Wednesday at noon for Crafting Fun with Stamping Mom and Steve. Welcome.
Hi everybody.
Glad you could make it. He was on a conference call and I went in his office and said, come quick, it's time. So you have no idea what we're making today, do you?
Well, I saw you making it and I think it looks really cool.
Okay. Well, good. That is good news. So I know you've probably heard, hello Mary, I'm glad you're here. I know you probably heard about the Curvy Celebration Bundle. It's 10% off and customers and demos can get it alike right now. The issue is I found out about 10 minutes ago that they're running out because it's so popular. And I made an entire card kit that's free if you purchase this from me. The Curvy Celebrations is 10% off and it's $70.50 for the whole thing. But if you purchase that from me or just purchase $70 worth of other product, since this may not be available, I'm going to show you what you get. You get a card kit to make 4 different cards, 2 of each. So you're getting a total of 8 cards. Do you recognize this one?
I made that card.
Yeah. Steve is now designing for the card kits. Good job. Well, I guess he didn't design the card, but he made it. So the quilt card is one of the cards in the card kits. All the other 3 are fun folds. This one, and they're all using products from Curvy Celebration. Isn't this pretty? There's little silver embossed stars up there, and you can see there's dimension in the snow. And then this is a fun fold we made last week. It opens up to the Christmas trees and then it opens up again. So this is an awesome card and fun fold.
So you know what I thought of when I saw that?
What?
So, you know, I grew up in the Mississippi, right?
Right.
I thought of a river.
We could make a river with it.
Right.
And then what would you have on the side?
Someone
Sand.
fishing.
Someone fishing. That would be good. Okay, here is another fun fold that comes in the kit. Isn't this cute? Have you seen this one, Steve? This is a birthday card.
Ooh.
Wishing you the happiest of birthdays. And it's another fun fold. So you'd get 2 of these, 2 of these, 2 of these. And some of the DSP may vary a little bit because it's hard to get the DSP already. And here's the last fun fold. You haven't seen this one yet. This is awesome. Anything made with this poinsettia is pretty, but look how this opens up. And then we have more things here and it opens up again. Don't you love that? So with a $70 order from me or by ordering the Curvy Celebration, you get the cardstock and the die cuts, everything cut. Nothing can be stamped, but this will be mailed to your home free of charge. Just place a $70 order in my online store. Okay, so today I'm going to show you a card. Every Monday, my Stamping Mom Joy team, somebody shows a card. Okay, this is called a double, what's it called? Dutch barn fold. I had never made this before. Linda Mandernack found this fold and taught us how to make it on Mondays. If you're not a demonstrator, but you want to purchase at a discount, you really should sign up with me because we literally Zoom every Monday night and learn a new project. It's so much fun. So it opens the top this way, and then these little doors open. You can see I made a mistake on my cutting. This was my first one, so I just taped it back together. But I love this card. This was cut in 1/8, what would you call that? 1/8
strip?
Yeah, 1/8 intervals or whatever. And I know some people like 1/4 inch. So I'm going to show you the template and give you options, okay?
I was going to say, I would have trouble because this is so thin.
Right.
But you're so precise when you actually attach things.
It looks okay, doesn't it?
It looks fantastic.
Yay.
But I just want to point out, on the card that I made, I learned the hard way that you have to be really careful.
I think they remember that,
Yeah,
honey,
they
when
saw it 'cause
you were
you can even
doing
see my
surgery
yeah.
on the cards.
Exactly. But if that looks amazing if you can
Yeah.
place things correctly.
So I typically do my layers in quarters because it's easier to measure in quarters. This card is done in eighths, but I'm going to show you both on the template. Okay. So the first thing you need for this is a piece of 8.5 by 9 1/8 cardstock. So in the USA, our cardstock is 8.5 this way and 11 this way. So I'm going to put the long side at the top and put the left edge over at 9 1/8. And I'm going to cut it off. So we just have a little strip to use later. Okay, so I know this is the 9 1/8. So I'm going to turn it because I want the 8.5 at the top. And you're going to score 2 lines. Am I totally in the camera here, hon?
I will tell you in just a second.
Okay. So we're going to score 2 lines at 2 1/8. So put the left edge.
You're good.
At 2 1/8 and use the light score blade, not the cutting blade yet. And we're going to score all the way down. Now keep your paper where it is because we are going to cut. So I'm going to bring the cutting blade to the top and I'm going to cut all the way down to 7 1/8. If you haven't done this yet, please put a yellow strip on your ruler. This is 1/4 inch by 11 inches attached with glue dots, and it makes all these fun folds easier. So I'm going to cut in the same place I just scored, don't move it, and we're going to go down to 7 1/8. Because this cardstock is 9 1/8, which means my little doors at the bottom are going to be 2 inches. Is that perfectly clear, honey?
I think so.
Okay.
I understood it, so it must
Yay.
be clear.
Okay, so now we're going to flip the cardstock and do the other side and do the same measurement. The left edge at 2 1/8. And first, put the cutting blade out of the way. Remember how I had to tape mine? Don't do that. Score all the way down. Then open it up, bring the cutting blade to the top, and we're going to go down to 7 1/8 again. Okay. Now we're going to pick it up. This is what we have. It's still attached, and we're going to cut this way to get the doors off. So I'm going to put this left edge, and here's where the cut lines are, at 7 1/8. And I'm going to cut from the top, and I'm going to go slow as I get toward the 2-inch mark. And I'm going to hold on to this, and when this releases, I know I'm right there. I'm just trying not to cut past. I just want to cut it enough that it, see, it just comes out. That way I didn't cut. If you cut further, it's okay. But now turn it the other way and line it up with the 7 1/8 at the left edge. And we're going to cut down again to this cut line, but we don't want to go past it. So we're going down to 2 1/8. And again, I'm just going to hold on to this and see when it releases to try to not cut past it. There it goes. So what does this look like?
It's an upside down T.
It's an upside down T. Okay, so the other night when we were doing it on Stamping Mom's Joy
Abe
Team.
Lincoln's hat.
Abe Lincoln's hat, except it's in red. Okay,
His
so
Christmas hat.
we have this cut, and we still have the score lines here, and this is where the little Dutch doors come in, and they should line up right in the center. Now we just have one more score mark to make, and that's to fold this flap. If you like working in halves better than eighths, put the bottom of the hat at 5 1/2 inches. So I'm going to line this up on the left-hand side at 5 1/2. Use the scoring blade, not the cutting blade. If you want to do it the other way, it's 3 5/8 from the top, but this is easier. Just put the bottom left edge at 5 1/2, and you're going to score this and fold it down. So this is easy, right, hun?
So far, I think I could even do it.
I think you could too. So the next thing I'm going to do is bring out the detailed trio punch, and I'm going to corner around the edges. Now when you're doing this, make sure you slide both sides all the way into the punch, and then you just punch in the center. You don't have to punch on the edge. So we're going to do the same thing here. My template's getting in the way. But the key is just getting both sides in all the way and punching it. And then we have little pieces coming out. Okay, so this is totally what the card base looks like. Isn't this awesome? In all the years I've been making cards, I don't know why I haven't made the Dutch barn door before. So now for the inside, again, this card was made in 1/8 inch intervals. I'm just going to do the 1/4 inch here. So I'm just going to take a white piece of cardstock, but you know, we have to decorate it, right? I should have thought of that. So I'm going to use my real red ink. Do you know who this card is for, honey?
No.
So we have sweet friends, Sandy and Bob Cordick, and they lost their pup that they had, I think, 15 years. And I read about it on Facebook, and I've been meaning to send them a card. And today is the day because I don't want to wait any longer and forget about it. So this is just what I typically put inside a card. It's 4 inches by 5 1/4. And we were just talking about how sad I'll be when we lose our pups that are 11 and 13. So I never knew until now how important a pet sympathy card can be. So I'm going to put this inside.
You know what? You are such an empathetic person that, you know, you just feel the pain of the people that lost their dog, and you need to do something about it.
Yep. Okay, so now we have our flap. If you're doing the 1/8 inch layers, so you want 2 of those at the top. This green layer is 3 1/2 by 4 1/4. And the Designer Series paper layer is 3 3/8 by 4. I'm going to do the easy way on this pup card and just make it 3 3/8 by 4, which is a 1/4 inch smaller than the flap. If you're wondering about this paper is this. What do you think this is called, honey?
It looks Christmassy to me.
It is. It's Christmassy, and it's in the annual catalog. And I can't think of the name. I'm sorry. I can put it in there later.
That's watching
I bet somebody who's watching would know too. So I cut this piece at 3 3/8 this way by 4 this way. And I am going to use the detailed trio punch again. I do like the flaps with the corner rounded edges, don't you? And see, that fits right on here. So I'm going to put seal on here. Another thing I was going to do, in fact, I was inspired to make this card by Karen Finkel. Is Karen on today?
I haven't seen her join yet.
Oh, I was hoping she'd be here today. Karen made a pet sympathy card for her grand dog for my mystery stamping a couple weeks ago. And she used this Playful Pets paper and then this puppy. I kind of like it that his face is the other way so it can be anyone's puppy. And I really, really liked her card. So I wanted to do that here and do the double frame on the front, but the double frame does not fit. So I decided to use the stitched circle dies, and the white layer is the second biggest, and the red layer is the biggest. And, you know, everything looks better on dimension. So I stamped the pup in black, and then the hearts in red, and then I'm just popping this up on dimensionals. And I'm going to put that on the front. Do you like that?
I do.
Okay. So we're going to put more seal on here. So what is going on in your world today? This week is beautiful in Iowa. It is in the 70s and sunny, and we're going to have that all the way through Sunday.
It's our Indian summer.
It is our Indian summer. And what have you been doing? You've been working hard outside.
We got our patio, stamped patio poured in the backyard. And so now, if all goes well, we should be ready to actually use it this weekend. And I'm excited about that.
So are we having a fire pit?
That's the idea. So this DSP, Mary says it's 'tis the season.
Yay, that sounds very familiar. Thank you, Mary.
Sounds Christmassy.
Yeah, 'tis the season. And it is in the annual catalog, right, Mary? Pretty sure that's correct. So now these pieces, again, on the poinsettia card, I have the 1/8 inch layer. On this, I'm just doing the 1/4 inch. So it's 1 3/4 by 1 7/8. And I'm just centering that. Are you sad I have nothing for you to do today, Steve?
No, I'm good.
You're good.
I'm pretty tired after staying up late to watch election results, so I'm good.
Yeah, he stayed up late. He thought he would see who won last night.
Yeah, what a flawed concept.
Yeah. I went to bed and told him we wouldn't know this morning either. And then he got up early and did his Bible study with his guys. Okay, so now on this layer, the sentiment layer, again, these are in 1/8 inch intervals. So the white, the warm wishes from our home to yours, is 3/4 by 2 1/4. The green is 7/8 by 2 3/8. And I put red on here, but it's cherry cobbler is 1 inch by 2 1/2. Now it doesn't have to be this. Oh, 'tis the season was in the mini catalog. Thanks, Mary. So what I did on this one is I used the stitched rectangles. So whenever I give you measurements or a card idea, just make it your own. So I cut the sentiment layer out of this smallest one here, and the red layer is the next layer bigger. The only trick with this one is you only put the glue or the adhesive, you can see this is a scrap of red, on one side because you want the doors to be able to open. So be careful that you don't put the adhesive on the whole thing. Look, they're having a little peace, joy, and love with their puppy card.
They don't even know it.
No, they don't. So I'm going to center this. Does that look centered?
Yep.
And I'm putting the adhesive just on this side so the door's still open. Hey, what do you think of that? I think Bob and Sandy will love it. Oh, that doesn't work because it shows. Darn.
Wait, we can fix that.
You know what we could do? I cut some black layers. Sometimes, I wonder what I did with them.
Well, we've got lots of red scraps over here.
Well, do you want to cut another one?
What size does that need to be?
It's this one.
No.
So normally it wouldn't matter if this is on the back, but I don't want that to show. So we're going to do that. So while he's cutting that, I'm going to show you one more time the free card kit that I have. And I will put the measurements. These cards will be on my blog on Friday. But the free card kit cards are the quilts card, this adorable Fun Fold birthday card. This is a new Fun Fold I haven't shown you. In fact, Jean invented it, I think. So it doesn't have a name yet. And then this Fun Fold card. That was quick, Steve. So these were the free.
Like I knew what I was doing.
Yeah, you know, it does seem like you knew what you were doing. So what he did is just cut me another red one. So important safety tip when you're using scraps, if they're gonna, you know what I'm gonna do is put the pretty stitch side out. And I'm just gonna put these together. Don't you love it when a plan comes together?
Thicker too. Now remember, just do one side.
Yes. That
If it were me, I would glue the whole thing shut.
Yeah, me too.
Which makes it really hard to read what's inside.
Yeah. So, has anyone told us what's going on in their world?
Well, we've got lots of shout outs. Let's see. the poinsettia fun fold. Have you demonstrated that before? Was that last week we worked on that?
This one?
Well, that's a new one, right?
This is the Dutch barn fold. And I have not shown this before today because Linda Mandernack, who's on my Stamping Mom Joy team, just taught us how to make this card Monday night. So if you do mystery stamping, I'll give you a heads up. Pretty sure this is going to be our mystery stamping card because I love it. So here's the card with the 1/8 inch intervals, and here's the card with the 1/4 inch. So you could do it either way. Which one do you like better? I guess that's not really fair because they're two totally different things. This makes a beautiful Christmas card. And you know, Marceline was doing the poinsettias all the time when they first came out, and I wasn't. And now that I've started, I can't stop.
Well, they're beautiful.
Yeah, because this one is so pretty too.
Wow, have we shown them this card before?
This one?
Have you shown me this card before?
This one right here?
That one.
You must not have been paying attention. This is one of the free cards. They get 2 of these if they place a $70 order with me.
That one's beautiful.
Yeah, I don't think you've seen this.
I like
so
the
anyway,
white on that one.
These are our cards for today. I hope you all have a blessed week.
Well, we need some shout outs yet. We've got other people. Mary Ellen is on. And we also have Pam Simmons. And, of course, Marceline is on. And Mary Ellen says it's very sunny in Montana, too. So
I'm glad it's nice in Montana.
Mikkel agreed with our original Frozen River idea with your Curvy
The Frozen
card.
River?
Yeah, which really also then, you asked what we could put on it. If the river is frozen, you could put ice skaters on it and stay with the winter theme, right? Okay,
so with Steve's card, so you guys do need this Curvy bundle. With Steve's card last week for his birthday, I made hills. But when you look at this card, Steve wants to make a river with this because he grew up on the Mississippi River.
But the
Actually,
idea
you
is...
have a hamstring still. He was water skiing on the Mississippi River, and he's still paying for it 40... How many years later?
It was one of those things
years.
that seemed like a really good idea at the time when I was in college things.
Before your brain was fully formed, right? You
exactly.
know, we say that kids, especially young men's brains aren't fully formed till 25, and you married me at 22, so what does that say?
Some parts of the brain are fully mature, and so that part must have been fully mature.
I'm thinking, what was I thinking to marry someone without a fully mature...
You know, sometimes it's as important to be lucky as it is to be right. So it was a good choice, whether you were fully rational or not.
Okay. Well, you guys, we have so much fun on Wednesdays. Thank you for joining us. And we are 75 people away from getting to 1,000. You guys have been awesome. We need 75 more subscribers, wow. Steve.
Can people sign up their dog?
You know...
If they had an account, they could.
Could you make river cards for 75 people? That would be a lot.
That would be a lot of cards.
Yeah.
I'm worried about whether I can make one.
Well, everyone, have a blessed week. Thanks so much for joining us. And these cards will be on my blog Friday on stampingmom.com. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.
See ya.